Okay, we all think we know how to read, right? Feels as natural as breathing. But what if I told you that behind your eyes there's this hidden mental superpower at work? Well, today we're going to unlock the secrets of what it really means to read, and yeah, how to become a super reader.
Come on, you know the feeling. Your eyes scan every single word, you get all the way to the bottom of the page, you turn it, and then, bam, it hits you. You have absolutely no idea what you just read. It's like the words just went in one eye and out the other.
Look, if that sounds familiar, you are so not alone. It's a super common experience, and here's the thing. It's not some personal failing. It just means a crucial part of your mental reading machine wasn't switched on. So let's find that switch, shall we? And let's flip it to full power.
All right, first things first, we need to look beyond the words themselves. We have to understand that reading, it's not just seeing. It's more like unlocking a super complex code. I mean, really think about it for a second. We take a bunch of, abstract symbols on a page and almost instantly we translate them into sounds, words, ideas, even emotions. What's so wild about this is how our brains make it feel completely effortless. But behind the scenes? Oh yeah, it's a total mental marathon.
So let's pop the hood and see what's going on in there. When you read, your brain isn't just doing one single thing. Nope, it's conducting a full-blown cognitive symphony.
See, reading isn't just one simple circuit. It's this whole cascade of processes that have to fire in the perfect sequence just for you to make sense of a single sentence. It's pretty amazing. So let's break down the three most important players in this whole symphony.
First up, we've got decoding. This is step one, the foundation of everything. You can think of it like your brain's secret agent, rapidly translating all those black and white symbols into the sounds and words you actually recognize. I mean, without this, the words on the page are just meaningless shapes.
Okay, next, your working memory kicks in, and this part is absolutely crucial. It's basically your brain's temporary scratch pad, kind of like the RAM in your computer. It holds the beginning of a sentence in your mind just long enough for you to get to the end. That's what lets you connect the two parts and get the whole idea.
And then, the grand finale, comprehension. This is where all the magic happens. Your brain takes those decoded words, held together by your working memory, and it connects them to everything you already know. This is the moment that simple information transforms into real, genuine understanding.
Okay, so we've got the mechanics down. But here's the thing. Those mechanics, they're all building towards something much bigger. We're talking about different levels of meaning. Because let's be real, not all understanding is created equal.
So there are basically three main levels of comprehension. You've got your first level, literal. That's just, understanding the facts right there on the page. Then you go a level up to inferential, which is all about reading between the lines. And then, at the very top, you have critical comprehension. This is where you're not just a reader anymore, you're a judge.
Let me give you a quick example. Literal comprehension, that's just understanding a simple fact, like the sky is blue. Easy enough, right? But inferential comprehension, that takes it a step further. When you read something like, her sky blue eyes held a hint of sadness, you're not just seeing a color, you're inferring an emotional state. You're connecting that description to a much deeper meaning.
Now that jump from inferential to critical, it's a huge deal. An inferential reader might ask, okay, what does the author want me to feel here? But a critical reader, they're asking, wait a minute, is the author's argument even any good? Are they trying to manipulate me? What's their bias? What's the agenda here? See the difference? You've gone from just accepting the text to actively questioning it.
So the big question is, how do we actually do all this stuff? How do we become those active critical readers? Well, it's all about having the right tools for the job. So let's go ahead and open up the Super Readers Toolkit.
Inside this toolkit, you're going to find 4 really powerful strategies. You've got skimming, think of that as the bird's eye view. Then there's scanning, which is more like a magnifying glass. Next up is the art of questioning. This is what turns reading into a real conversation. And finally, summarizing, which helps lock in everything you've learned. For now, let's just take a closer look at 2 of these.
Okay, so people mix up skimming and scanning all the time, but the difference is actually pretty simple. You skim an article to figure out if it's even worth reading in the first place, but you scan that same article when you're hunting for one specific piece of information, like a date or a name. See? 2 different tools for 2 very different jobs.
At the end of the day, all these tools really serve one main purpose, and it's captured perfectly in this quote from our source material. The best readers, they're active. They're in a constant conversation with what they're reading, making predictions, asking questions, and always updating their understanding. They're not just passive buckets for information, they are co-creators of meaning. I love that.
All right, let's bring this all home. Understanding the mechanics and having the right tools, that's one thing. But what does it all actually mean for you? Why does this matter?
Okay, if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Becoming a super reader isn't about reading faster. It was never about speed. It's about reading deeper. It's about unlocking those different levels of meaning, really engaging with the material, and turning plain old information into true knowledge. It's all about depth, not speed.
So now, you've got the keys. You understand the cognitive machinery behind reading. You have the toolkit. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it? What complex idea, what challenging book, what new world are you going to choose to truly understand? The next chapter? Well, that's yours to write.